Hey YouTube, this is Irene or KittyWolf13. It's been a while since I've updated and I've just been having technical difficulties and things were busy and things like that. But I felt like, I don't know, making a slightly more personal entry, I guess, because people seem to enjoy those. I'm sitting in my car waiting for my Dale Carnegie classes, and it got me thinking that, along with some events that happened in the BJD world recently. So, I don't know, I thought one of the main things they teach us in this class is to live authentically. So I figured, as a shout out to Denaliwind and Anne Peccaro, who are both amazing people and have really inspired me, and because of the recent turn of events that Anne Peccaro and everybody who pulled their resources together to solve an issue for Denali, I thought I would talk about something like, I guess, why their stories are important to my dolls and my BJD hobby. So, growing up, or backtracking to the main thing they teach us in the Dale Carnegie class is to live authentically. And they want you to come out of your shell and be honest with people, and by doing so, you become a more interesting and engaging person. So, how this applies to this video is this. When I was growing up, I really didn't have many friends or acquaintances or anything like that. It was pretty much me and my family, and that was about it. I had a lot of self-esteem issues because I was overweight growing up, and kids are just plain mean. And so I was always the brunt of a lot of jokes, so I never came out of my shell. So to deal with that, I wrote a lot of stories. I don't know if many of you know, but I tend to be an illustrator in my free time. I've tried doing freelance illustration. Haven't been terribly successful at it, but either way. So, growing up, my escape to the real, or from the real world, was creating stories and characters and these worlds where I could escape to and live to. Fast forward several years, and I got into the BJD hobby. And I actually got into the BJD hobby by the kindness of the people in the hobby. My first doll, Ringo, his head was gifted to me from Bright Fire's of Den of Angels. She had an extra head and didn't feel right charging for it, so she ran a raffle and I won, and I was ecstatic. I cannot express the feelings that I had the day I opened his box and saw his smiley little face looking back at me. She included wigs and an eye and an outfit and some little jewelry, and it was just the greatest feeling in the world. I even had one or two people donate to his body fund, and he was nicknamed Everybody's Baby. So, he had a storyline, and a couple of my dolls after him had a storyline, but I guess I got carried away in the hobby, and I ended up, becoming a little obsessed with the idea of just purchasing more and more of the hobby versus enjoying what I had. So I have a very large collection, as some of you have seen from my intro videos, and because of it, I've gone away from all the story creating that is involved with BJDs, which I really enjoy. I also used to have a couple of acquaintances that were BJD friends locally. Well, one in particular, really. And we used to sit down and talk and draw and create these stories and all sorts of craziness, and it was like one of the best times of my life, besides the sitting down and drawing with like my best friend and everything like that. We stopped being friends, and most of my other BJD friends moved away, and I was left to my own devices. And so, I guess as time went on, I got disconnected, and it was just about buying the dolls that I liked aesthetically, and not about the stories or anything like that. So, this how this ties into Denaliwind and Anne Peccaro. So one day I started browsing YouTube, and I saw that BJD collectors post these videos, and they post BJD prompts, and they talk about anything, about their collections, why they collect, the stories they create, and it kind of set off a little spark in me, and a part of me that I've lost in the past. And it's just, I don't know, it's something that I've been needing lately. And the more I watch Denali's videos about her universe with Miley X and Kale and Goat and all of them, and the more I watch Anne Peccaro's insanely involved stories that are so intricately put together, and they're beautiful, and she's got everything from backdrops to dioramas to images, it's incredible. And it brings me back to the thing that I have always held dear to me, which is creating, just the ability to create. I love drawing, I love creating characters, I love all of the above. So with each video I watch from both of them and from a couple of other YouTube viewers, I grow increasingly the desire to be able to create and be able to talk to other people. Unfortunately, I really don't have that too many people close to me that I can do that. But the YouTube videos are making me realize that I could talk to you guys. I can sit there and ramble on, and if you like that sort of thing, you're going to watch it, and if you don't like that sort of thing, well, you're going to move on to something else. But having the ability to sit there and talk to you guys and express the craziness that sometimes comes into my head, and be able to embrace the creativity that I've had so long ago locked away because I was embarrassed or people just don't understand, is so liberating. So I just wanted to say thank you to Denaliwind and to Anne Peccaro. Thank you to the people who have stuck around on my channel, because I really haven't been that active for very much lately. I will try to get more personal videos, because it seems like people enjoy that, and I want to talk about my characters and my stories. My stories are not as well developed as theirs, so it may be interesting, it may not be, and hopefully people will tell me, no, it's not interesting, go back to your reviews. I'm not going to stop the reviews, but I think it'd be fun to have just, whenever I feel like rambling about something, I can come to YouTube and ramble to you guys, and hopefully something good will come of it. So, really, I just wanted to say that, and I want to thank you girls again for opening my eyes to the fact that that's something I can do. I could still do that, even though I'm not in front of anybody and I'm not in person with anyone. So, I guess this video is getting to about 8 minutes long, so I should probably stop it so that it's not terribly long and doesn't eat all the memory on my phone, because I'm shooting this with my phone, obviously. So, hopefully I'll be back soon with some stories, or some videos about my characters that I'm currently working on, and some other little surprises I'm working on, and hopefully you guys will stick around and enjoy it. So, with that being said, it's almost 5:20, so I have to get going to my class, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, YouTube land.